In the latest developments of the messy divorce between Simon Guobadia and Porsha Williams, Simon has introduced new testimony from a nanny employed at their residence. The nanny actually backed up the claim that Porsha brought an armed security guy into their home after disappearing and leaving her with Simon's younger ones for days, y'all. And that's not all, guys. Falynn Pina, Simon's ex-wife, has also confirmed that Porsha was actually smashing Simon for about a year while they were still married.
They were dating for a year while I was happily married.
And Porsha's ex, Dennis McKinley, was the one who told her,
Wait, because she told me the whole time that you knew about everything. You were cool with her sleeping with Simon.
Child, it's getting super messy. So the nanny who Simon introduced as a witness said in a court filing that she's worked for Simon since May 2020, before his marriage to Porsha. She said, as per court documents, I was in charge of managing things around the home, taking care of the kids, overseeing the vendors, and anything else that needed to be done. I work every day at the marital residence. Some days I work 10 to 11 hours in a day, and some days I spend the night at home, depending on what needs to be done. I am always around. Now, according to what the nanny said, she was left to look after Simon's younger ones for days after Porsha unexpectedly left their marital home while he was on a trip. She said on February 22nd, Porsha allegedly asked her if she could stay over later that night. And while she thought Porsha would probably return late at night, she never did. And the next day is when Porsha filed for divorce. The nanny said in court documents, I could not go home to my home from Thursday, February 22nd, 2024 until Monday, February 26th, 2024, because Porsha left the marital residence without telling me, and it was the week Simon's children were at home. Simon returned to the house surprised by the divorce and without help from his wife. Like Simon, the nanny stated she had no idea Porsha intended to leave Simon and said they appeared to be happy before she left. I mean, we all saw the photos and videos from the vacation just before she filed, so we all thought they were still happily married. Something else is that the nanny also backed Simon's previous claims about Porsha bringing a security guide to their residence, saying that Porsha finally returned to the house 2 weeks later with a security guy with a bang bang. She said that Simon asked her to go and open the door for Porsha and ask her what she needed and whether she needed to go inside the home. Simon is asking, do you need to come inside the house to get something? Porsha said that she did not need to answer anything, and then she went inside the house with a security guy. The nanny said the man was a big guy who was walking like a bad guy who had come out of nowhere and was looking very threatening. Apparently, after Simon called the police, she said Porsha left with the security guy around midnight. Anyway, in another instance, the nanny said Porsha returned to the home with a different man days later. But by that time, Simon had changed the locks because she and the children did not feel comfortable being alone, not knowing if another man would come to the home. Remember, Simon had said that Porsha, her mother, and her mother's boyfriend made a forcible entry into their home, allegedly disengaging security cameras and tampering with items and evidence. He actually said that since the filing of the instant divorce, Porsha's actions have been erratic, unstable, threatening, and to the house staff and the young ones, and he requested that a judge issue a restraining order against Porsha. Once again, the nanny backed up Simon's claims, and while describing that incident, the nanny was like, the last time that Porsha came to the house, she did not leave. This was on Sunday, March 24th, 2024. She came with a guy to open the gate again. She came with her daughter, her mother, and her mother's boyfriend. She was bringing her stuff back to the house. The same guy opened the gate. Then they started searching the house, went downstairs, and disconnected the cameras around the house. The cameras are not working. This makes me uncomfortable because I am with the kids by myself as their nanny when their father is away at work. Notice how the nanny said that when Porsha went back the second time, she did not leave. That explains why on April 8th, Porsha posted a few snaps of her and her daughter Pilar enjoying the solar eclipse in her and Simon's backyard. Basically, according to the nanny, Simon is such a good man and she has never seen him aggressive or angry at all. He is just very mild-mannered and just a nice guy. And Porsha is the erratic one. But some people are saying that Simon's intention is only to cause Porsha as much chaos as possible and stress her out, because why else would he try to paint Porsha in a certain light for leaving his younger ones for days? Apparently, he's been antagonizing her ever since the divorce announcement and wants to provoke a reaction, but she's paid him no dust, and that's infuriating him even more. There are people even speculating that Simon actually paid the nanny to lie for him, especially since there have been reports reports saying that the guy who accompanied Porsha was Ricky Smiley, who said that he did not carry any firearm and he stayed outside. That would mean that the nanny was exaggerating the whole incident because she was probably paid to say those things. Honey, before you make your conclusion, can I just mention that Simon also filed for a videotaped deposition with Porsha, requesting a representative from Atlanta's production company True Entertainment / Truly Original give him classified information regarding Porsha's season 15 contract and her salary. OMG. And hold on, it gets worse. Simon is also asking to see all communication between True and Porsha, including comments on their relationship, divorce, prenuptial agreement, and filming, recording, taping, and production taking place at his house. The court case further states that Simon wants to see storylines, subjects, and/or topics involving Porsha regarding the Real Housewives of Atlanta television show through 2025. He's also demanding that any email or written communication between Porsha and True be shared with him. Wait, what? Isn't this giving narcissist through and through? It only proves that his ex Falynn was right when she appeared on the Baller Alert show and hinted at Simon being controlling and a narcissist, and said she was glad that the world is apparently finally seeing the side of him she saw during their relationship.
Y'all have to understand, I wasn't allowed to have friends in the marriage.
So
All I was allowed to have was staff, really.
Speaking of Falynn, baby, she's also been on a roll, and I'm gonna need you to get seated because homegirl also confirmed that what y'all have been saying is the truth. Porsha and Simon started hooking up when she was still married to Simon. You know, Falynn is actually the one who invited Porsha to her home when she invited her, Tanya Sam, and her sister Lauren Williams to swim in her and Simon's massive pool. The one thing she did not know was that Porsha was also there for her man, and Porsha and Simon actually started dating publicly soon after Falynn divorced Simon. Now, after Falynn and Simon announced they were divorcing, Porsha shared on her RHOA spinoff, Porsha's Family Matters, that she reached out to Simon via DM, and she said the two had an undeniable chemistry following their chats and began privately dating. But according to Falynn, by the time she invited Porsha to her home, they were already smashing for like a year. Okay, initially when Falynn was asked if she blamed Porsha for her divorce, she said that no one has that kind of power over her life.
No, no one has that power over my life, my husband's life, and our marriage. No. However, Simon and I were the ones who were married to one another. We're the ones who created a family together and built a life with one another. I blame the both of us. He is to blame. I am to blame. And that is all.
Okay.
Whatever came after that, I'm not saying it was right. I'm not even saying it was wrong. But no. No one has that power besides Simon and I.
But now Falynn is spilling that Simon and Porsha were already dating for a year before they went public with their romance. And interestingly enough, she revealed that Porsha's ex-fiancé Dennis McKinley was the one who told her.
Dennis is the one who told me. He was like, he came to me, he apologized.
Falynn said that she and Dennis McKinley were at his crew lounge meeting for business when he revealed the news. And she made it clear that if she ever meets Porsha face to face, that it would be far from a friendly interaction.
That wouldn't be a safe scenario.
Oh.
Why?
It's smoke.
For her, or?
It's smoke. That.
I mean, at the end of the day, she know what she did. It could play out in the media however everybody wants to try to play it out. I know what she did. Simon knows what she did. Porsha knows what she did. That wouldn't be a safe scenario. So I wouldn't even put myself in a predicament of even allowing that. You know, I'm a grown woman now.
Oh, to talk to her.
Talk to her. Ain't gonna be no talking.
Girl, Simon better not get anything deleted from Housewives because I am here for the tea that's going to be exposed. And Falynn better be in a few of the episodes. Child, the situation is definitely about to get even messier. But meanwhile, let me know what you think. Who between Porsha and Simon is taking us for a ride? And are you glad that Falynn is finally speaking up? Sound off in the comments section below.